So has like being a healthy weight been an issue in your lives where you never felt like you were a healthy weight, either overweight or underweight, and you're probably fine, but you're being told that you're not the right weight?
Yeah, I know we talked about yesterday, like I lost like a very like significant portion of weight like over like 2 years, and like it was really hard, and like I looked at all my friends and like they were thin and pretty, and like I never felt like that. Like I always felt like I was like the outsider. So like I went through it initially for like other people, like it wasn't for myself, and like it was hard. But then when I realized like I couldn't do it for other people, I had to do it for myself, it became like very easy. And like for me it's like easy to go to the gym and eat healthy now, and like because I do it for myself, not for other people.
How do you do it for yourself?
I don't like
what's that mentality?
I just know like it doesn't matter like if I don't look like my friends or like the girls on Instagram or things like that. Like we all, like you said, have different body shapes and like have to embrace them. Like I don't know, like I look at like my one friend, like we're the same height, but like she's very like fine boned and like tiny, and like I like would never look like her and she would never look like me. Like we're like are very different shapes, and like you have to know like that's okay, like that's how we both look, and like that's fine. Like you just have to accept who you are and like what you look like, and like go from there.
Like with me too, I kind of struggled with the weight too, and more because like I love to eat like back then, and I didn't really like to work out as much. Like I feel like now, like even the younger generation, they're all about working out. Like I go to the gym now and I love going. I'm a bit older and like my whole lifestyle changed completely, but like it's actually really nice and amazing to see how like 20-year-olds are all into like the gym and eating healthy, and I feel like it's more common. Like
Kim also shared yesterday that the reason like she's been able to be more consistent with going to the gym is because she likes lifting weights. Like that's an interest to her. So that encourages like a positive like a behavior.
Exactly. Like when I first started, like I was doing like this very like circuit style training that was all like jumping squats and like burpees and things like that, and like I hated it. Like it was awful. Like my knees hurt, like my joints hurt. Like I actually felt like so sore, but not in like a good way, like in a bad, like I knew I was like hurting my body kind of way, and I would be like so tired all the time, like had no energy, and I dreaded going to the gym. And then when I switched, like you said, like to weight training, like my body changed like drastically. Like it was like way different, even though I was doing like zero cardio, even like which was like the previous mentality, and like I actually like going to the gym. Like you always say like, oh, how do you like stay motivated? And like I feel like it's just like part of my life now, and like if I don't go, like it feels weird. Like I genuinely enjoy going and like doing what I do. But like that's what works for me. Like my roommate is like the opposite. Like she does not like weight training at all, and like she loves going to spin class and like resistance band classes, and like that's totally cool, and like that works for her, so that's fine. Like if you don't like weight training, then
it's figuring out what works for you.
Figure out what works for you and what you like genuinely love to do.
And like to me personally, like finding the right gym had a lot to do with it too, because I've been to every gym you can think of, like from years ago, exclusively women, Curves, Good Life, like everything, LA Fitness, and I hated them all. I go to Planet Fitness now. I love it actually. Just the whole vibe and how it is there. Like LA Fitness and Good Life, I felt like we're all like bodybuilders, and it's just like you just feel kind of like uncomfortable there. And so for me, because I like Planet Fitness, like the whole vibe, people come out and help you, the machines, like everyone is like you, like they're not like bodybuilders or they look perfect or anything like that. So that helped me go more often as well. When I was younger, I didn't really care so much about the things that I ate. As I grow older, I get more educated, and just you kind of notice that eating the right foods do make you feel good. On top of that, adding exercise as well, which is something I recently started doing in the last few years, also kind of helped me feel good and comfortable, and just everybody finding their own way of feeling comfortable with like who they are. And it's definitely harder now, like for the younger girls, because like now with the whole social media, like social media wasn't big when I was a teenager. It only got big like in my mid-20s. So now it's just women and like what they see, it's not even real, like out there, and they're trying to be better or compare themselves to things that are all fake and made up and done up, and it's teaching all these girls like they have to be a certain way, and like all the things that are now like out there, like filters and things that women do now just to look the certain way that they think they're supposed to look. So it's sad, but I do see on the flip side like some good out of it too. Like I personally got motivated by the people I chose to follow, even though I do chose like I follow Kardashians and all those fake people too and stuff. It's entertaining for me, but I follow people that like just they started like, you know, feeling so insecure and bad about themselves, and then just showing where they came, like how far they've come, like listening to their stories, those things motivate me. To me personally, like if there's somebody that, you know, could be a little bit chubby, like is very confident, that to me is more beautiful than anybody that's all like done up. And just even just like you mentioned too, like it's a mental thing, like mental stress, like that can be so bad for your body, just stressing over stuff, like you know what I mean.
And I think in speaking to that, it's really important to have that positive self-talk and self-love, but also have a really great support system. You know, you're most like the 5 people that you spend most time with, so make sure that you're surrounding yourself with positive people that inspire you, lift you up, and make you feel good about yourself, and then
who support you.
Yeah, exactly. There's also so many other ways to better yourself, and I think that should also be a big focus for when we're getting into a space where we feel healthy. It's also being mentally healthy, and I think a lot of the times eating disorders can be related to not being in a positive space mentally and feeling like there's other parts of your life that you're not satisfied with, and you feel the need to control something, and that's why it leads to that. And so it's really important to have the
like
mental
emotional eating, it sounds like.
Or emotionally not eating, or overeating, all ends of the spectrum. And I think that also with what you were saying earlier of how there's always a different standard of how people should look like. One generation it's skinny, one generation it's curvy. We're always going to be yo-yoing, and it's not allowing people to just be themselves.